You'll never be effective if you're convinced tomorrow needs to be better than today, because this belief stems from resistance to the present, and the present is where your power lies. If you're looking for purpose from a place of inadequacy, you will likely be too overwhelmed by the need to do something big that matters to the world at large to identify what matters to you personally and start taking tiny steps toward it. Instead of looking for a guarantee that tomorrow will be valuable, know that today is valuable, that you're not wasting time because you don't yet feel a sense of purpose. You're using time well by starting or continuing the process of discovery. There's no simple shortcut to figuring things out for anyone. Instead of being hard on yourself for not having clarity, be proud of yourself for moving forward on a foggy road when you could easily find a cloudless, well-beaten path to follow to a certain dissatisfaction. There is no set time frame for doing anything. You truly can do things in your own time without having to worry about being behind. Sometimes it's the things we do that feel like stalling or getting off track that end up being the most helpful for our growth. And besides, what story will be interesting to flash before your eyes in the end? One that unfolded in the ways you never expected, with unique twists and turns, or one that followed a specific, predetermined timeline with predictable steps from milestone to milestone. The best way to find direction is to trust your instincts instead of forcing yourself to do things because you think you should. Your intuition is a powerful compass, and even if you think you aren't making progress, if you're following your instincts, you are. There are always going to be opportunities that look good on paper, and that the little scared voice within may tell you that your life will only matter if you take them. Other people may also tell you this, if not directly, indirectly, or you may assume they're thinking this when really they're too immersed in their own confusing journey to pass judgment on yours for long. But sometimes the best opportunities are the ones you don't take, leaving yourself open for choices that better align with your own values and priorities. I know this may sound as impossible as growing another arm or another lung, but try not to worry so much about what other people might think. They may have expectations, but they aren't living inside your mind or your feelings or your instincts. The only one who can make wise decisions for you is you. And even if it makes you feel anxious at times, you will eventually thank yourself for being brave enough to follow your heart, not someone else's head. When it comes to creating purpose, there truly is no wrong direction. You may think that you only have one purpose and that you need to push yourself to find it. And you can continue thinking this if you're okay with feeling chronically pressured and scared. Or, instead of aiming to discover the one thing you're supposed to do with your life, you could focus on discovering one thing you want to try right now, knowing that you can change direction anytime, and that changing direction won't be something to be ashamed of. It won't mean you failed at discovering your purpose before. It will mean that you had one purpose then, and now your purpose has evolved. It will mean you're brave enough to let yourself evolve, repeatedly undertaking the sometimes terrifying process of discovering what else you can do. Maybe that in itself can be a purpose, to live life in the valuable, uncertain place where you're not boxed into one way of being, encumbered by the need to define yourself and your place in the world, free to roam when it would feel much safer to tether yourself to one role. I have thought I was a failure because I hadn't done anything to feel important. I now know it was all important, and not just because it brought me to this place. All these steps were important because those steps were my life, and my life is valuable and worth enjoying regardless of what I do professionally. Ironically, adopting this mindset makes it so much easier to create a meaningful life, because suddenly it's not about what you have to do, it's about what you want to do. It's about where your heart is pulling you in the moment. And that's what it means to find direction. to follow those pulls without guarantee, knowing that the goal isn't to end up somewhere good, but to learn and recognize the good in this very moment. This moment isn't merely the bridge to where you want to be. This moment is the crucial part of the process. It is a destination in itself, and now it's your only opportunity to appreciate it and appreciate yourself for living it.